We are back with another topic called Yama and Yama. Patanjali Maharshi talks about love. Yes, you heard it right. It is about love according to Patanjali Maharshi. Why should I know this? I don't practice yoga. I have my day-to-day activities, a decent job. And do I need to know about Yama and Yama? And then how is it related to love? Let's explore these two. So welcome one and all to scientific yoga, systemic yoga. It can also be called as practical yoga, Patanjali yoga, whatever name you give, it is all authentic yoga. So let's deal with the first question. Yama and Niyama, do I need to apply that, practice that? We all are in a journey. We go outwards for a materialistic pursuit, or we go inwards in the search of knowing who am I. Either ways, it is a journey. A journey will face obstacles. So Yama and Niyama help us to deal with those obstacles and to minimize those obstacles and to take it everything in the right spirit. And how is Patanjali Maharshi talking about love in this context? So let's see. First one is we have to understand the broad classification of the so-called love. One is the wanting type of love, other is the giving type of love. According to Gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, even love can be classified into three. Sattvic love is the giving type of love. We will come to that later on. Tamasic love is always complaining. Whatever we get, not satisfied, I need more. Rajasic love is you give me something, I give more. I'm being very generous. So it is about receiving and then giving. There is a lot of expectation, and we need to feel secured. We need to get that expressed form of love. It is all about receiving, wanting, getting. Sattvic love, on the other hand, is giving. Sattvic love with gentleness is what is the first in Yama, which is ahimsa. Ahimsa means non-violence. In the broader sense, it means being gentle, and gentleness begins with the self. Am I gentle towards my thoughts? Am I gentle in the way I talk? Am I being a patient listener? Do I allow others to complete their story, or do I interrupt in between with my own suggestions, conclusions, questions? And the third one is gentleness in doing everything. Do I take time? Do I relax? Do I enjoy nature in whatever I do? Am I enjoying the process? So that is Sattvic love. Love with gentleness is nothing but ahimsa. Why should I practice ahimsa? What are the benefits? This is said in verse number 35 of the second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which is, it goes like this. Ahimsa pradishtayam tat sannidau vairatyagaha. Ahimsa pradishtaya means if I am firm in ahimsa, I get this power, the power to dissolve the negativity of others' thoughts. Whoever comes in the vicinity of a person who is practicing ahimsa to the core, all negativity dissolves in this energy field created out of peace. For example, I am practicing ahimsa. I am very gentle in the way I deal with everything, with my thoughts, with my words, with my actions. So I become so powerful, the gentleness is so powerful that anybody who comes in the vicinity with a negative intention or an intention to harm, let it be human beings or animals, the intention is dissolved. It disappears all of a sudden. Such is the power of ahimsa. Now let us see the second of Yama, which is Satya. Coming to the second virtue or second Yama, which is Satya, which is honesty. Again, we always, like our logical mind needs to be satisfied first. Any information we get, we need to satisfy the left part of the brain. Do we need to do this? Then only the right hemisphere works on it, our intuitive brain opens, expands. So for that, some questions are essential. We always hear honesty is the best policy. We need to be really truthful. Satya is all about that, honesty and truthfulness. Do we need it? Do we need to practice it? If so, when? How? Where? What are the methods? Again, here comes Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic honesty. Satya. See, we cannot be brutally honest. First quality mentioned by Patanjali Maharshi is ahimsa, that is love with gentleness. To that we need to add honesty. That means honesty should always be with gentleness. Brutally honest we are, what is the result? We end up in breaking a wonderful relationship. And honesty should also be in such a way that it is free from the tag of emotions. Without emotions, we need to present that honesty gently. That is Sattvic honesty. Rajasic honesty is with an outburst of emotions. We say the fact, and Tamasic is just say it brutally. Honesty is very important, because if we are honest with ourselves, we build an amount of trust from others. Others start believing us. So honesty is very essential, whether it is at work or in familial matters. According to Patanjali Maharshi, what is the benefit when we practice honesty? Satya Pratishtaya, that is, if I am firm in honesty, truthfulness, Kriya Phala Ashrayatvam, meaning usually we get the results of what we do. If I do a good deed, I get the results of that. When it will come, in what proportion it comes, it is not in my hands. It is according to the universal law. But one thing is for sure, every good deed gives a good result, every bad deed gives a bad result. Kriya Phala Ashrayatvam, this is the normal universal law. A person who is so honest with his own self, he is established in honesty so much so that whatever he says becomes the truth, meaning his words act like a blessing. Usually we said, for every action there is a result. We need not focus on the result, it comes naturally. A person who is honest has the ability or power to bestow the results not only of a good deed, even if the action is wrong, the person's words is so powerful that it becomes the truth. It becomes a blessing for even a person who did a wrong act. Such is the power of truthfulness. So practically, where can we start this truthfulness? As always, it is with the self. Am I truthful with my own self? Meaning, do I know what is going on inside my head? Do I analyze my thoughts? How pure are my thoughts? Any thought that is beneficial to me or to the society is a pure thought. Rest all waste thoughts. Anything about past, future, usually waste thought. We take the message from the past and we have to leave that as a thought, waste thought. Similarly, worrying about future is a waste thought. We have to take the necessary steps and be in the present. And practical thoughts, too many practical thoughts. We have a big to-do list every day. If that goes in excess also, it becomes a waste thought. Body cannot and mind cannot cope up with such a big list. So we need to introspect honestly with gentleness, what is happening inside the head. And about the feelings, do I know what feelings am I experiencing now? Whether it is a natural feeling like love, peace or contentment, or it is something like a disturbance like sorrow, anger, fear, what is it? So when we start introspecting our own selves with respect to the thoughts and feelings, it is easy for us to be honest. Honesty needs courage, honesty needs a bit of confidence, and honesty needs, most importantly, gentleness and common sense. We should be honest at the right place, in the right way, to the right person. For that, common sense is required. So first one is ahimsa, second one is satyam. Now we shall deal with the third one. Now coming to the third virtue or third yama, which is asteya. Steya means stealing. Asteya means non-stealing nature. Do I steal anything? Am I a thief? No, I am definitely not a thief. So does it mean that I don't steal anything? Let me share an example here. In the college, we used to stay in a hostel. 3 of us were in a room, and once there was a surprise visit from the matron, and 3 or 4 of them, they came just like that to inspect how the hostel is maintained. And we were in our room, the door was knocked, it was opened, and they entered. They saw the room, it was perfectly clean. So much clean that you will never expect a room to be that perfect, whether it be the floor or the arrangement of books or folding the clothes, keeping everything was perfect. And at that time I was ours is a small hostel, and they entitle people to be like a president, secretary, like that. So I was one of them, and they gave all the credit to me, saying that you are ideal to be in this position, though not a big position, but still it was what they say. Your room should be like it should set an example for others to follow, and they were just saying it out to others as well. And all 3 of us, we were looking at each other and smiling, because we know that one person in my room is actually responsible for this. It is her responsibility to clean even our area, our bed space, everything, because only then she can study well. So it is core to herself that without cleanliness she cannot do anything. So because of her, we got all the credit, and I very gracefully, very cleverly took it. It doesn't belong to me, but I have taken the credit. And this quality of hers also enabled the other 2 of us to practice cleanliness to a greater extent, because we don't want to trouble her always. So we were doing our part, but it doesn't mean that in any way we are responsible to take credit of what she was doing. But I took it. I was a thief. So that is steya. So asteya means giving the due for every person, whether it be respect or credit or anything for that matter, not snatching away anything from others, not even desiring that. So asteya, what is the benefit of practicing asteya? Asteya pratishtayam. If I am firm in asteya, all jewels come to me. Sarva retnobasthanam. Meaning, when does a person goes to steal? When he feels he is not contented, he wants something but he doesn't have. Asteya means I am so much contented that I don't want anything from others. I am ready to give them what they want and even more. I don't come like an obstruction in their path. In fact, I can help them to get what they want. The core thing here is I am very much contented with my own self. So it is easy for me to give respect to others, value to others, help others. That contentment brings everything what is required and even more to such a person who is established in asteya, sarva retnopasthanam. So that is the greatness of this wonderful virtue called non-stealingness or asteyatvam. Into the 4th of yama, which is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means controlling the senses or restricting the senses. Though we say controlling, it is not literally controlling the senses. We cannot control the senses like that. We have to train them, and we have to train the boss, which is the mind. We said about this in Pratyahara. The senses should be trained in such a way that they themselves feel they have a higher goal, not just going outwards collecting all the information, what is required, what is not required to the mind. Senses have an higher objective. So that realization of the senses that they have a higher objective comes through constant practice of pratyahara. Coming to this brahmacharya should be a gradual process. Like in pratyahara, like we said, the senses and the mind, they have to feel that they have a higher goal, and slowly they withdraw from these external temptations. Brahmacharya, why should we do this? Again, the logical brain has to be convinced always. Brahmacharya pratishtayam virya labhaha. A person who is established in brahmacharya gets lots of energy. Energy is not wasted. Everything is about energy. We spend a lot of energy while talking, while eating. That is something not healthy because body has to work hard to digest that, all the chemicals, additives, all that is there. We spend energy while doing work through the senses. Whatever we see, we hear, we are spending energy on that. And we gain energy again through food. We gain energy, make sure we eat healthy food. We gain energy through meditation. When in silence, we gain energy. Brahmacharya helps us to prevent energy loss, thereby conserving the energy and utilizing it for a higher purpose. Higher purpose doesn't always mean spiritual upliftment or enlightenment. It will also help a person to study well, to focus on work well. Whatever we do, we need focus. So all these yogic principles help us in that way. Whatever is our goal, if it is pure, yoga is there to help us.